Hey guys, it's your girl Shalae and I'm back today with another video. In today's video, we're going to discuss the child tax credit, Social Security, SSI, the Affordable Connectivity Program, Summer EBT, and a whole lot more. Guys, hello April. Okay, this is my first time making my video for April, but if you want to know what's going on in the lovely world of child tax credit and all the things I said, you already know what to do. Stay tuned. Your girl's got you covered. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, hi, hello, hey friend. My name is Shalae, and here on this channel we discuss shopping, saving, and everything in between. I would love to have you a part of my internet family. Super easy. Click the big old red subscribe button down below and you're in, just like that. So while you're at it, go ahead and give me a like, especially if you love me bringing this content to you, because I enjoy doing it. Now, you can try out Amazon Prime free for 30 days by clicking the link down in the description box. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it, because as of today, President Biden has asked Republicans to go ahead and extend the broadband internet discount program. So that's right. Biden's administration on Tuesday called for the Republicans in Congress to extend the funding for the Federal Communications Commission Affordable Connectivity Program. What a mouthful, right? So in January, members of Congress, we talked about this before, where they had introduced a bipartisan legislation that would add an additional $7 billion to the program. Now, April was the last full month of funding for the program, and as of right now, no action has taken place on the legislation since it was introduced in January, but it had been referred to the Senate Appropriations Committee. Now, of course, federal officials, they are calling on a press call, but they did not specify like what congressional Republicans were going to do about this legislation. And then also, like, the deputy director of the White House National Economic Council, they said that continuing this program, it has garnered a lot of interest from Democrats. So they said, we have not seen that much interest when it comes from the Republican leaders in Congress, but ultimately we need both sides to go ahead and come together on this, and then they can go ahead and get it done for the constituents. Otherwise, it is not going to happen. So I want to say, like, last year in October, President Biden did call on Congress to even just extend the legislation through the end of 2024. So that means, like, you would still get the credit until 2024, December 31st. He also has included funding for the program in his 2025 budget request as well. So we'll see what happens there. Let me know, have you received your letter saying that you won't receive your discount? Now, speaking of President Biden, there's like this hoax that's going on around Facebook. I think it was like a post on March 23rd where it shows President Joe Biden and he's delivering a speech, and it's like where he's signing an executive order to go ahead and terminate like Social Security, SSI, as well as ban side hustles. Now, this is what the text included on the video, that all this action is supposed to take place on June 12th of 2024. It has been shared like hundreds and hundreds of times. And so a lot of people are like, is this true or not? And it's not true, guys. So if you want to know his full remarks in the video transcript that's posted by the White House, you can go on the White House website. But as of right now, the president doesn't have any, idea of ending like Social Security, supplemental security income, or even side hustles. Okay, so if you just think that that is true, you already know what times we are in. Like, AI is crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and jump to the child tax credit, because everybody's like, what is going on with the Senate in the child tax credit? Because, like, we need to know something. And of course, Congress has already funded the government, so people are like, what is the priority? So as of right now, we know that Senate Democrats are eager to particularly pass the child tax credit deal. Democrats want to make these provisions ultimately permanent, right? That will effectively cut the credit's work requirements in half. And they're like, look, parents would not skip out on the labor in the force every year, but they might have a few years where, just say they had to turn down a better job, or they got a better paying gig, or, work 8 out of those 10 years. So they said those choices matter if the goal is to lift Americans out of poverty. Now, on the opposite side, Senate Republicans are mostly focused on nixing the provision where it's that look back provision as well. And then they wanted to create their own formula. Now, the bill for their formula, it would pay out larger checks for lower income levels, families that had multiple children. So just say someone that had 3 children, they would be able to claim $4,800 of refundable credits with roughly $13,000 of income. So it will be down from you having to have $34,500. And they said that is a more practical effect to encourage part-time or intermittent like jobs over the steady full-time work. And it's crucial for those that are moving up the ladder. Now, one thing that is going on, a lot of businesses are pressing Republicans to pass the bill because they want those provisions. They want the things like the bonus depreciation for equipment. They also argue that restoring these breaks are worth pretty much swallowing the changes to the child tax credit. But a lot of people don't agree with that. So as of right now, we're still stuck. We're still stuck. Now, states are taking, a more of an active approach when it comes to their child tax credit. I know in Illinois, there is a new budget that will let qualifying parents around the state get about $12 million back in taxes. So as of right now, your governor, he has a budget proposal which would call for the creation of a state level child tax credit that would return that $12 million back to taxpayers. But it's a catch, guys, only with children under the age of 3. So a child tax credit could help Illinois' like neediest residents. You'll keep more of your paychecks, of course, while encouraging work. But the proposal, it has like phased in benefits with earned income. So if you work, you can get a little bit more income. Now they're looking at how Minnesota has done their state level, because I know Minnesota's giving out, I want to say like $1,750, and they just did that starting this year. And of course, they're one of 14 states that give out a child tax credit as well. So your governor's proposed child tax credit, it does come with like a structure, which is better than what the current proposals that have filed as well. They don't have like a phase in or phase out schedule at all, but a lot of tax experts, they're recommending that they do add that. But, we could see what happens, what goes on with Illinois, because they said this can foster like greater dependence on the state's social safety net, which is opposite of their intended effect as well. So we'll see. But also in Illinois, not only are they looking at a child tax credit, they're looking at a guaranteed income program as well that will provide $1,000. Now, through this legislation, residents who meet certain qualifications, you would be able to qualify for the monthly $1,000 cash payment regardless of your immigration status. So it's unclear how long these payments will last. It didn't say like 12 months or 24 months. But as of right now, according to the bill's language, they could potentially give you about $1,000 cash payments for people who provide like care or child for a specified dependent. If you had recently given birth or adopted a child, if you have enrolled or will enroll in like an educational or a vocational program, and then they want the Illinois Department of Human Services to be responsible for administering the program and those payments as well. So they're evaluating right now and trying to see how would this work. Is it going to be a statewide policy that provides oversight? I don't know how many participants they will allow in it, but the lawmakers have discussed the bill during their Senate Appropriations Committee meeting as well on Wednesday, but the bill has not yet advanced out of the committee. So we'll see what goes on there. Now, I know in Louisiana, when it comes to EBT, they have where they said wrong addresses are likely to blame for 124,000 Louisiana kids that have missed out on the pandemic EBT food aid. So Louisiana children, they lost out on about $16 million in federal pandemic food assistance for what was pretty much like just clerical errors, guys. I mean, like, that's pretty much the issue. So families with children who qualified for subsidized school lunches for the 21-22 school year, they were eligible for the pandemic EBT that was distributed last year. But because it was done last year, remember, recipients are given 274 days or about 9 months. And if you don't use the money, they remove the money from your cards. And so they said it was 4,000 children in Louisiana that never activated their cards as of March 22nd. So according to the records from the Louisiana Department of Children and Family Services, if they still remain unactivated, then the federal government, they're going to pull that $16 million back because it's going to be past the 274-day expungement period. So that means they're pretty much going to expire. Some of them will expire at the end of this month. But the main reason that they said the money that is not being spent is because the cards were mailed to the wrong addresses. But I'm like, if they were mailed to the wrong addresses, did they not come back to the school? How did they know? What is going on? But a spokesperson stated that the department posted information on January 10th on Louisiana's Facebook page. They also posted it on their website at March and the end of March on how you can file for a replacement card. And they said, like, even if now you file for a replacement card, they don't know if the card will be to you in time before you'll be able to spend the money before it expires. So if you think that you're owed something, I mean, you can go on the website and go ahead and apply for a card. Why not? Hopefully they can get the card to you in time, but it doesn't sound like they're going to move too quickly. I mean, that's just me. But, I mean, we're talking about $16 million in funds here. So, especially for the wrong address, that's just the wrong answer. And this is all that we have that's going on in the news today, guys. Let me know, how is April treating you thus far? It's only 2 days. We were supposed to have tornadoes and storms, and they canceled school and all the things here, and nothing happens. I mean, that's a blessing. I'm not complaining, but I'm like, I wish that I would have got out of school this much when I was younger, but not so much. So we have that going on, as well as of right now, I think they're still out on recess until January 8th. So we'll see what goes on with the news cycle. But let me know, what are you cooking on this Tuesday? It's Taco Tuesday at my house. And we're going to have some sopes, some enchiladas, some tostadas, and all the things. Let me know, what are you making on this Tuesday night, as well as grab you some Amazon Prime. And please like, comment, subscribe. And I will talk to you later, Gator. Bye, guys.